Hey, welcome to We Didn't Say That.
Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. What's going on, dude?
During our pre-sound check, whatever you call it, a
Yes,
certain word was casually mentioned as,
it
like a
typically
casual,
is
like
whenever we do a sound check.
testes,
Yeah.
testes, I had a recovered memory of another time I was in New York.
Oh, what happened?
All right, so I had this class. It was called Biology
Sick.
101
Yeah.
at a community college.
Classic.
Yeah, and
Bio
this
101.
fun fact, dude. Height of bipolar, non-diagnosed, no medication. So this was just blowing my mind every day. So in biology class, there's like a lot of time spent talking about the reproductive system, right?
Sure, yeah.
So every time the word testes was brought up, the guy would make eye contact with me. Like every time. To the point that like my this girl I was like friends with this class, he's like, yeah, she does that with you every time. It made me so uncomfortable. So like I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't go to that class for like 3 weeks because I looked ahead in the textbook and it was all the reproductive system.
Really?
So I have no idea who he. I'm honestly gonna say I feel like I was visually sexually assaulted.
Sounds like it,
Dude,
dude.
it made me so uncomfortable. He looked into my soul.
It,
Oh my god.
that that reminds me.
I wish it was any other word. I'll be
Well,
honest with you. I wish it was a racial slur.
I think we were playing. We had a party here. We were playing like Cards Against Humanity or something, and someone played a card where it was like, um, talking about like a fat woman, and I looked into there was a lady of larger size, and when that card was played, I accidentally made eye contact with her, dude. And sometimes I still think about it to this day.
Yeah, dude. But yours was a one-time deal.
Yeah, it was accidental
It was
too.
multiple times.
That you're getting stared at when someone is talking about testes.
Testes. It's not even like if he said testicles, he wouldn't look at me. But he said testes. It was always with me. To the point I was sat in like the third row at the beginning of the year for 3 months because 3 months into biology, there's no mention of the word testes.
Yeah,
So
not happening.
I was cruising because it's community college, and I don't know if you guys know that. It's not that hard. But if it is hard for you, I'm proud of you for being there. And this is a message of go at it.
Yeah, solidarity.
Woo! I'm glad you're listening to our podcast while you're studying. Tell your friends about it, by
Or
the way.
driving, or you're working or whatever. Yeah, tell your friends about it.
So
Yeah.
I sat in the second row, as I was saying, dude. And then out of nowhere, bro, out of nowhere, he started doing the testy shit. So after a week of the testy shit, I was like, fuck this. And the girl that I became friends with, I moved back to where she sat, which was like way back in the class because it was like a pretty big class. It was like a lecture in like an auditorium style class, which was ambitious for a
Jesus.
fucking community college.
Right.
And they expect me to pay money for that shit. Fuck you.
It was in New York though, so they probably
Yeah,
expected a
fuck New
lot of
York
people.
anyway. So I moved back to that shit. And it was in the height of the reproductive system still. And then he said, he like he made a comment because I got there early one day. He made a comment. He goes, "Oh, you moved back," and I was like, "Oh yeah," and I kind of laughed it off. I was like, "Okay, you're fucking weirdo. Stop." He just gave off weird vibes to me the entire time, and according to the people I was around, it was noticeable, and I did not like that. But yeah, he did that. He made a comment in front, and then he like in front of the whole class, he made a comment about it. And I was like, "Dude, you already mentioned this. You can
Yeah.
leave it alone." And he
Stop talking
continued
about
to make
testes.
eye contact with me about testes. I don't understand what gave him the impression that I was the one that was like, "Yeah, dude, the most awkward word you have to say a shit ton of times. I'm the one that you should look into my eyes." Like, what the hell? How do you do it to different people, bro? Rotate. If that's your strategy as a teacher to single out one person and make them feel like they're like the prey, and then that person stops coming to your class, fuck you. You're the problem with the education system.
That is kind of fucked up that a
I
teacher
wonder if
like
that's common.
well, probably. I mean, probably more so against like women, but it's fucked up that a teacher of all people made you feel like that, like a college professor. But I'm sure they're just as fucked as other teachers, like in that
All
respect. Dude, you talking about?
Yeah,
College
fuck
reminded
him.
me, I one time I was driving to class one morning and there was supposed to be like a bad like snowstorm and I forget what this class was for. I think it was like it wasn't math. It must have been like maybe like biology too, like as well, I mean, or like a writing some writing class or whatever. I forget, but we were talking to her and our professor was like, "Yeah, so what's gonna happen is we're all gonna be in school tomorrow regardless of what the weather's like because we're all adults and we can all make it in." He was being a real like bitch about it. And it was just like he's like big, gross guy, out of shape, you know, like really big or whatever. And he's like, if I can make it to class, you can make it to class. And I was just like, whatever. This guy was like such a dick. Even like because we would like pack up and he would have to go to another classroom. So he would pack his shit up while he was still talking. And then when class was over, he would be there for like a couple minutes just in case anyone needed anything. And then he would dip. So I was packing my shit up and he left. And so I look at like a couple of the people that are still there. I'm like, why is he like being kind of a prick about like potentially like the weather preventing some of us from being here and like there's a couple girls they're like I don't know I live like 30 minutes away so this is kind of like scary and I like have to drive not all on the highway like it's a lot of like back roads so they don't get plowed so it's gonna be scary and everything and so I'm like honestly this dude's like a prick but like whatever if he's gonna be like this and he was like in a attendance counts as points for my class so if you miss a day then it will show in your final grade like he was just a total fucking cocksucker so the next day rolls around. It did snow like really bad. There's like ice on the road. Whatever. Get to class. It wasn't as bad as I thought. Luckily, there are like plow trucks out. So
Shout out them.
get out of my car. I walk in. It's like a 5 to 10 minute walk from where I park to like where I'm like my class or whatever. And so we get in, and there's like 11 people sitting down. Like they have like their shit open waiting. And I was like a minute or two late. So usually I'm like finding a seat. The guy's like already started talking. And but he wasn't there. So I'm like so there was like a lot of people who are like, "Oh wow, it's kind of ironic that he was being a dick yesterday about
He
showing
didn't
up on
show
time."
up.
No, listen to this. So we all waited like 5 minutes. Like the first 5 minutes he didn't show up. We were like okay, where is he? 10 minutes go by. We're all like now like the class is full and we're all talking like shit. We're all like we're gonna fucking like give this motherfucker like what for because he gave like he was being a prick made us all come here during the snowstorm because there was a lot of classes that were canceled
Yeah.
so so we had to show up and basically empty fucking campus and then we all get we all of our phones and shit start like buzzing because we all get an email dude he hit a deer on his way to work
Good.
he hit a deer and he sent a picture of like his windshield. The front of his car was bent and his windshield was all fucked. He said something like he was trying to drive with it for like 2 miles, but he got pulled over.
With the deer still on it?
No,
Or
not the deer saw it. He was still trying to drive to fucking class like that with his car all fucked up and he got pulled over. And the guy was like, "What happened?" And he was like, "I just hit a deer." And the
how
guy was like, you can't drive this." So they towed his car.
come out. 2 things. How bad was his home situation?
This professor,
Yeah, was he like how old was he first of all?
he was probably like mid-30s. No, and he wasn't married. So that's the thing. He probably lived alone. He was just a fucking curmudgeon.
He was a big guy?
Yeah.
How big?
Probably like I'll say he was probably like 5'9" and probably like 285. So not like morbidly obese, but like
Do you
big
think he
enough
still
to
lived
have
with
a
his mom?
problem. Maybe. I doubt it. I mean, he was a professor, so I feel like he could at least afford a one bedroom.
But do you think he has like an unhealthy attachment to the woman?
Maybe, I don't know. He probably also like despises women. So he probably lives on his own and just like thinks about how much he doesn't like women.
Oh, do you think
He's like,
he
I'm gonna make all of
do you
these
think he's a
whores come up to
serial
my
killer?
class tomorrow.
I'm gonna I'm gonna make all these horse into my classes. I'm gonna play God. I'm gonna make them risk their life for an attendance point, motherfucker.
It really was ridiculous. And then I had one professor who called out. We all showed up to class, and they sent an email out while we were. It wasn't that late. It was I just didn't check the fucking email because when I walked in
I
class,
did that too one time. It sucked.
there were like 4 people there, and like 2 of them were like talking, and one of them was like, "Do you see the email?" And I was like, "What fucking email?" And they're like, "Class is canceled." I opened the fucking email when I got back to my car because he's like, "There's no class, like we're all good." Um, but I'm glad I still stopped in because they were like, if you showed up, like it was like you signed the attendance book or whatever, and you got like an extra point for showing up. But I guess like if you didn't show
Oh,
up or whatever, I mean, it
little
doesn't matter. I
brown
didn't
nose.
fucking pass that class
You
anyways.
didn't pass it? You were
That was it.
so dedicated.
I was so dedicated.
You
But
came in the
the reason
snow.
was the professor literally said that she had drank too much the night before because it was an OSU game. And she got too fucked up and couldn't come into morning class. So I took all my classes in the morning.
How does that mean you failed?
No, it's that doesn't matter.
Oh, I
Yeah,
was confused.
no.
What type of class was it?
Dude, I still don't remember. I don't know. I can't. I honestly can't really remember what. Now that I'm thinking about it, every class that I've taken seems like biology except for one.
Shut
Because
the hell up,
I
dude.
know I didn't take a math class.
We had to take a math
I
class.
mean, at some point I was supposed to, but I didn't.
Are you really not good at math?
No, I'm good at math, dickhead. I just chose not to take a math class.
Are
I
you
was going to
intimidated by
have to.
math numbers, bro?
Dude, shut up. Oh my god. Move
8,
the fuck
12,
on.
6,
You're so
78,
annoying.
34.
Yes, sure.
Did I scare you?
Okay, god damn you.
Um, what was I was thinking? Oh,
Have you seen
talking about snow days. Pause. Talking about snow days, dude. So I remember this is one of the best moments of my childhood. Like it was like snowing, but they weren't calling off school. And my dad said, "These are the best words I've ever heard my dad ever speak." The happiest moment involving my father, I would say almost, where, hey guys, even if they don't call off school, you're not going in tomorrow. And I was like,
your dad said that?
shit, yeah, yeah.
Dude, that's what's up.
And that only happened once, but it was awesome
Why did he say no, like just no school for you guys?
because he thought the roads were gonna be worse than what other people thought. I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what's
He
up.
thought he was his own little weatherman.
My dad never did any shit like that for us. He never was like, "Hey guys, you don't have to go to school tomorrow." My mom never did that either. And I wasn't and we graduated right after like mental health days were a thing. Now kids can just take a fucking like Wednesday off because they don't feel like going to school.
Dude, that would take so many mental
I
health
know, I
days.
would too. I think they waited for us to get the fuck out of school before they're like, okay, now we can give the rest
They
of
get
them.
abused, no?
A
They
100%.
have to be. Dude, I would take one every day. Not
Yeah,
every day, okay. They'd be like,
like,
you better be in a psych ward and you take another fucking day off. But I would take at least once a month. No? Like, would I
oh,
be able to get away with once a
easily.
month? Maybe once every 2 weeks?
Dude, I would probably take it would probably be bad. I'd probably take the same day off, like the same like Wednesday or Thursday
Dude, I would
block.
do because it was block day. I would take a Wednesday off, one block day on one week, and Thursday off the next week.
Yeah,
That'd be the best scenario.
it really would be just so you don't have to deal with all that bullshit.
And then
Because
you can
block
take.
was the
Then listen,
worst.
guys, listen. That's usually when they give you tests, so they can. Then you can take that time, the test time. You get to take that by yourself with no distractions.
And you can ask the people like what was on the fucking test,
They
and so you
change
can
it.
go and learn
They
the
change
fucking
it.
subject
They
you're about to
change it.
get quizzed on.
They changed it, guys.
Not
It's
saying
not.
it's the same quiz. I'm just saying you can learn the similar shit that will be on the new one.
All right, guys. Whatever.
Did you hear about fucking Vince McMahon?
No, what do you do?
The dude, you know who he is? The guy who owns the
Oh
WWE.
yeah, that freak, that sex
That
pervert.
yeah, he's Vince McMahon is 1000% a sex pervert. He resigned like as soon as that story dropped.
Dude,
I
he was
read
a
it, and then it was like
weirdo.
2 or 3 hours later, CNN announced that he resigned
Dude,
from
the
the
shit he
WWE.
said made me so uncomfortable. I read it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It was disgusting. I don't know. It was one of the worst things I've seen this month.
It really it makes you question like what the actual
Dude,
fuck is
I
wrong with
saw this one
people.
tweet where it was like, "Yeah, dude, I could have called this. He was pimping out his own daughter for 20 years.
So you were actually?
He made her fight in the WWE.
Oh, it's like one of the like
Yeah,
bikini chicks.
yeah,
Oh my god, that's gross.
yeah, dude. That's disgusting.
His own fucking daughter?
Yeah, I was never a WWE kid because I don't know.
This shit's gay.
Yeah,
I
you don't
mean,
have to really
really?
tell that. The ones that really concern me are the grown adults that still like to indulge in the
If
old
And the
WWE.
thing that annoys me is like people who talk about the WWE, they're like, I know it's fake. Everyone knows it's fake. That's not like a new thing that like people are finding out. It's like, yeah, and you still fucking knowing it's fake, you still watch it. What the fuck are you? It's like a play. It's basically like a strongman play.
Think about it. Yeah, it is like a
WWE
strongman
is a
play.
strongman
But think
play.
about it. Think about it. Going into that knowing it's fake, you'd be like, oh, I bet the stadiums they perform in are full of children.
Full of children and
Children.
adults with children
No,
brains.
no, it's mainly adults who are quite drunk watching these oiled up men throw. The one time I watched it like casually because I don't know, fucking cable was out, so I had to use like the antenna on the TV or whatever,
Sure, you got
and I
Raw.
got raw. They were throwing fucking mustard and ketchup on someone.
Yeah, it
Like a
was always
condiment fight. It was some weird quirk, and I was like, "How much shit have you gone through to be like, oh, we have to resort to a character who likes to squeeze mustard and ketchup on people."
yeah. The Hamburglar, he's coming in. It's like a knockoff. There's just McDonald's is about to sue the fuck out of Raw. Like fucking the Hamburglar is inside wrestling on the. I never
Believe it or
understood it.
not, he's the bad guy.
And the people who
The
watch it,
condiment guy, not a good guy.
no, of course not. No, he's getting the ring all filthy. The ring needs to be clean for the wrestlers.
Oh, you know it's disgusting when you think about it. The UFC ring, like if you're in the championship fight, you fight like what? After 8 other fucking fights, the undercard
Yeah,
and the main card. So there's blood, sweat, everything all over the mat.
spit,
Yeah.
all that
And
shit.
I believe it or I don't think they clean it really.
No, I think they
So
go in and I think they try to disinfect it, like
yeah,
the
but
spots where like blood
really
and shit where they were fighting.
not gonna
You can like
work.
see people run in with like cloths and shit, but I think it's just disinfectant. I don't think they're actively trying to remove this
Yeah.
shit.
So like the ground when you're like a championship fighter, you're fighting on so many human fluids. I wonder how often it is when people knocked out, they piss themselves a little bit. I wonder how often you step and piss as a UFC fighter. No one ever talks about that.
No, I don't think. Well, you know they're all dehydrated when they're fighting,
Oh
right?
yeah, because they have to make weight.
Yeah, so they're not pissing.
Let's let them fight at full hydration though.
I also thought that. Why are we like the UFC knows they're setting up fights with people who are like making weight cuts like hours before the fight. Like they're literally purging
Yeah, no, why don't they
like
do it so
all
like
liquids out of their body. Like why can't we compensate for that?
why can't we give them a day before the fight to be able to drink water? Like no one's gonna eat like a heavy meal the day before the fight.
The UFC should control that where it's like you have to stop training on this day. You have to be under this weight and but we'll just hold you so we know you're not like fucking like
We'll give you IVs.
yeah, we'll like make sure all you guys are straight at everything, and then we'll list the weights. Because if it's only a couple pound difference,
No, that's not how it works. No, once they have the weight met at the same time, they're allowed to hydrate as much as they want.
yeah,
Who gives a fuck how much weight they put on from hydrating?
that's fair.
I don't get why they're so like controlling of that. Why do they have to weigh in the day of the fight?
It just seems like it seems like a strange practice that no one's talking about. That it's like, why are we dehydrating our fighters? They should be in
Wouldn't it be
peak
way
fighting
more cool to
condition.
see them hydrated?
Yeah, well, do you think maybe that means they would like actually kill each other in the fucking ring if they
I
were at
didn't
like
really
a
think
hundred
about that,
percent?
but I want. I mean, some of them did it while they were high on cocaine, so
It's fair.
and he's considered the best one to ever do it.
Who is it?
You know,
No, I'm asking you.
Johnny Jones.
Oh, okay, yeah, actually, yeah. I would have guessed that, but
He
I didn't want to be
fights
called
in and
racist.
outside of the ring. What do you mean racist? He's obviously the best fighter ever.
Well, I'm just saying,
I'm
like
not
for
even
coke
like a,
use.
I'm not even like a big ass fan of the UFC, but I'm a casual fan, and I know that John Jones is the best fighter ever.
You know what? It kind of pisses me off how many people like
And
act
he
like
did
they're
a lot of
huge fans of the
PEDs.
UFC.
Yeah, I know. Like it's not that popular yet, guys. You don't
It's
want to be someone who's like, "Oh, I watched from the start."
and it's
Okay, that's
just like
cool,
a thing
but
where it's like every single person is talking about it. So of course, like you're gonna just be like a fucking like mindless follower and be like, I'm gonna watch the UFC. And then you watch it and then you tell everyone like it's some personality trait of yours. It's not.
I don't. It just
Watching
means
people
that you're willing
fight
to
is not
sell out
cool.
what, like $25 a month to watch people slug it out in the octagon.
Yeah, where
It's
it's
just
usually
like,
I think it's more.
yeah, it's probably like, and if it's like a bigger card, it's probably more than that. You're
Yeah, it's
right.
like $100.
Like No one gives a crap about a sport until it's just like on regular, like, oh, it's ESPN tonight. We can watch Conor McGregor versus Khabib.
And the only time, honestly, that I'm gonna be genuine, unless someone like invites me specifically to watch a UFC fight, the only time I'm gonna watch it is if I accidentally go into like a sports bar or like a
Yeah,
Roosters, like a Buffalo Wild Wings or something while a fight's on, and
unless
I'm
there's
watching.
like
I'm
a
like, oh
ton
shit, I
of
guess there's a
hype.
UFC fight going on right now. You know what
Unless
I'm
there's been
saying?
a
That
ton
other
of
than that,
hype.
I'm not
I
fucking
might
watching it.
I might look into it if there's like a ton of hype. Like I would have watched a Sean Strickland fight if I wasn't at work. I would have tried my best to find it.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you have paid 100
No, I
bucks
would not
for
have
it?
paid.
Would you have tried to like pirate it?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
of course.
I know I would do the same thing. I just don't know how to put shit from my computer on the TV.
Oh, dude, it's not gonna let you put shit on the TV because your computer's actively fighting a virus, and it's doing its best to stop these pop-ups to local porn sites
Yeah.
that it can't really handle that much. And it's being a soldier right now trying to fight all that off. And you're still getting local moms over 50 and then the ugliest titties you've
Local
ever
moms that
seen
wanna fuck.
popping up
Yeah, they're always like, yeah,
near
it's always the
you.
most disgusting
And then it
older
knows where
woman.
you are. Like, what the fuck? I'm on private browsing. How are you guessing my exact location?
It's reading your address and it's like your neighbors below wanna fuck. That could get you in a lot of trouble. You used to go like bop 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 like on the door.
0.00
You just show
miles
them
away.
this and it's like, hey, look, it's a naked picture of you. It says you want to bang me. Is this true? There's just some like 68-year-old lady who's like, what?
And her husband hears you and he cocks a rifle. And he's like, my wife's been kidnapped for. She was kidnapped for 3 months and forced to take
She
pictures.
was held
This is
hostage.
the reality of those sites.
They took,
They're taking victims, torturing them, and making them take pictures.
dude, there's
Going in there, hacking your address.
there's a fucking old person farm down in Florida that that kidnaps old women, strips them naked, takes pictures of them, and then puts them on porn websites and sends them back.
And then we just send it back to the regular life and then never mention it again. It's like alien abduction to these people
Yeah,
because they talk about it and everybody's like, what the fuck are you on
but they're
about?
not gonna believe them because they're like,
Oh
oh,
my
I was
God, that's so fucking funny.
men in masks put me in a van and they took me to Florida and they made me get naked and took pictures of me and then dropped me back at home. I was gone for like 3 weeks. Everyone's like, okay, Nana, whatever you say.
They were wearing sunglasses and suits and they tried to shine a bright light in both my eyes.
They kept
Too many.
they kept a bag on my head and they were just listening to rap music all the time. I couldn't hear a thing.
Not rap music specifically, just the Eminem, just early Eminem shit, like the shit that you're like, this is a man that has issues. You're like, he needs help right now. Those 3 albums. That's the only rap music this man listens
I'm
to.
not
No,
afraid.
not
I'm
even that.
not
Like, I'm a
afraid.
real Slim Shady, please stand
Oh,
up. Or
like
like
Slim
the song
Shady.
Kim. What the fuck was that, Eminem? That song was disgusting.
Yeah.
You know a secret, dude?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm not gonna name names or anything. On my football team, like I think 7th or 8th grade, we had this player, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm just listening to Eminem because you're on the bus to the game." And we were like supposed to be getting in the mood and shit, which I guess still is a thing. In hindsight, it's like whatever. But he was like, "Oh yeah, what song you listen to?" I was like, "Oh, the real Slim Shady right now." And he goes, "Have you ever heard the song Kim?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Here, give me one of your, your earbuds." And he makes me play Kim on the way to the football game. And I was like,
Jesus.
"Holy fuck!" He's like, "Yeah, this is shit that goes in my head right before the game. I love this shit." And I was like, "Holy shit, that's fucked." Well, the guy transferred, and long story short, in hindsight, not very surprising.
He kill
Killed
a woman?
himself.
Who wait, who?
Himself.
I know, who is it?
I'm not saying a name, dude.
Okay, well just tell me after.
Yeah, okay.
Was it in your grade?
Well, he disappeared after that year, dude. He moved to like inner city.
Oh, okay, well just yeah, just let me know after. But that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, dude.
There's a handful of
He was
people,
really good at football. I don't know why he didn't continue in it.
not only like people from my grade, but like the grade directly like above me.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's so many people that have died. Like I know like 6 or 7 people that have died.
Yeah, it sucks. It's weird, dude.
It
What was it? What were we
really
talking about?
is strange. It's weird to be older than those people.
What did we just say? What were we just talking about? I forget.
What?
Dude, I forget.
Eminem? You've been talking about
No.
Eminem.
After that,
People dying.
we're moving on. I forget what I had something funny to say, but fuck.
The only thing I remember. Oh, the old person farm.
No. Let's move on. Have
Move on.
Yeah. Can we talk about the thing that's been blowing my mind the last few
Please
days?
talk about something, dude. You're carrying this podcast right now.
Do you know, like, the fucking what was it? The woman stabbed her boyfriend 104 times.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
dude.
it pissed me off so much
Why did it make you so angry?
because she got off.
It is bullshit
read
that you
s-
can just be like, I went in a weed psychosis, so I stabbed this person 100 times. All I want to get is probation, and a judge is like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, how the fuck you killed someone, bitch? You got to go to jail for at
Let
least
me
a
tell
couple
you,
years.
I've read so many fucking articles about this because it boggles my mind. First of all, she's like, she stabbed him 104 times. She supposedly stabbed herself in the neck multiple times.
Not well enough.
And she had to be she had to be tased 4 times to get herself to stop stabbing herself.
Holy
And they had to
shit!
use a baton to knock out her hand. So granted, she might be having a psychotic episode. So she gets thrown in jail, as she should, right?
Definitely,
And she gets bailed out.
yeah.
So obviously her family's pretty well off. That's given
Mhm.
because they're able to pay her. They're out on probably the most gruesome murder this small town community has ever seen.
Yeah, fucking crazy brutal.
Crazy murder.
Stabbed 100 times.
Like, if she wasn't in there and you stumbled across that, you'd be like, this has to be the start of a serial
also,
killing.
how do you stab someone 100? That means she was probably counting when she was stabbing.
Or,
Because when
I
she
don't
gets
know.
to 100, you're like, and 100, I'm
No,
done.
she wasn't counting because she kept going. She
So
had
they
the
found
4
104 individual.
stab wounds, dude. Yeah. So she wasn't counting.
Jesus fuck! What a brutal way to go.
Yeah. I wonder how. I don't want to talk. I wonder how many times it took for him to die.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I hope
he
it was.
probably. I mean,
wonder where she started. I'm not gonna lie.
oh, dude, I know. See,
I
don't
hope
wanna-
she started around the face.
See, don't you
the
think like
throat,
having a chance, like getting
or the
into
heart.
a machete fight would be better than getting stabbed
Of
100
course
times?
it would be, dude.
Yeah, just
No,
fucking.
I don't know. What if they're torturing me with the machete there and just like slicing off slivers
No,
of
dude. See, here's
skin?
the thing.
Dude,
No, it's not like
ah!
that. No, it's not like that. Machete fight. It's you
No,
are
you're
standing
not
in the
in the
street
fight,
with
dude.
another person. You have the same weapon.
They're torturing you.
No, why
He
are
didn't
you
have a
thinking
weapon
about?
because the guy didn't have a weapon.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Would you rather be in that situation where you get stabbed 100 times by some crazy bitch, or would you rather take your chances in a machete fight? Dude, you have good odds in a machete fight.
I think I have good odds against crazy bitch though.
That is true. But what do you want to take more? You don't know.
I
You-
want to take the crazy bitch
But
on.
but the thing is that he didn't see
I
her
hope I
getting
was
stabbed 100
awake.
times coming. At least you would see the
Dog.
person with the machete coming. You could
She
defend yourself.
stabbed the dog too, and guess what?
Dog lived?
Yeah.
Thank God.
I wonder if she still has custody of that fucking dog.
Dude, she should be
She's free.
she should be put she
This
should
woman is
oh
free,
my God, what do
guys.
you do with people? Like you put them into like a facility.
Put them in a facility. Exactly. That's what I've been telling people all the time.
They
This
we
is
have to
bothering
reopen.
me.
We have to reopen crazy houses.
No, there are things. They're called psych wards. But
We
the
need to
judge let her be
live
bailed
in
out.
psych
Let
wards.
me continue my story. The judge let her be bailed out. This trial takes 5 years. This woman is out of prison without psychiatric help for 5 years
God damn.
during this murder trial. They didn't. It was manslaughter. 5 years was the maximum she could get, which was fucked to begin with. And in the end, she gets out. She gets probation. So when I first heard she got probation, then I heard the trial took 5 years. I was like, oh, so she got time served because it was 5 years. So like, okay, there's some justice served. No, she was bailed out that entire time.
Yeah, she was not
That
in
was
jail.
the first thing. Then I was like, maybe she was bailed out to a psychiatric hospital. No, just her family. And then she gets off probation for 2 years. 2 years is a slap in the face, and 100 hours of community service, which I was like, what the fuck? You couldn't have made it at least 104 hours of community service?
Yeah,
At least make it like
right.
fuck you for the 4 extra hours.
Exactly. It's
We
like
know what you did, you crazy bitch. No,
dude,
we're like, okay, let's give her 100 hours. If you fuck up in traffic too much, you get like 150 hours of stabbing shit on the middle of the highway. And this animal stabbed her boyfriend 104 times, and they're like, you only have to do that shit for 100 hours, sweetie. I'm sorry that happened to you.
if that was someone like in my family, God forbid, like a kid or something, when you
I think you'd
saw that
kill her.
yeah, right, and you
Like that
saw her.
episode in SVU.
Well, listen, you saw her picking up garbage with one of those sticks, like you're saying, on the side of the highway, and you're going like 65, and it's like, oh, there's like the highway team, and then it's just like you see her in the distance wearing like her, you recognize like an outfit she's in with an orange vest. It's like, oh my God, she's here, and you're going like 65, and all you have to do is just
No, dude, I think it'd be easier. I'll be honest with you.
swerve a little bit and
From
hit that
what
bitch.
I've seen, you're more likely to get away with a gun related crime
It's
than
true.
hitting someone with a car.
All you need to do is make sure that there are no
No, we don't
cameras.
want to. We're not telling you guys.
Well, this is no big. I've
Guys.
heard people talk about this like
Oh, you're right.
everywhere.
We didn't say that.
Yeah, we didn't say that. And this is on like what you're talking about, SVU. Shit, like there's clues on how to kill. There's literally podcasts revolving around killing, how to get away with murder. But yeah, make sure there are no
Shout
cameras,
out
and make sure
True Crime Podcast.
you pick up the shell casings.
And you have to scratch off the serial number, right?
That's only if they get a hold of the gun, or if you're afraid that they're gonna get a hold of it.
Dude, a crazy gun thing that I saw on the news was this man, I believe in Kentucky. He he was shoplifting, and then
Sick.
he saw this four people started following him, and he was armed. He was carrying a gun.
He had a gun when he was
Not a
stealing.
legal gun, of course. And he was shoplifting from, I believe, like a Target, and they
Oh,
caught
nice.
on. So this dude fucking hid the gun behind a suitcase, and they caught it on camera.
Oh, of course, yeah. The entire place has surveillance. Dude, you want to hear something absolutely crazy that I learned about
So
Target?
funny. What?
Target, okay, so because their loss prevention system, like only recently, like other big chain stores like Walmart and shit has started like legitimately cracking down on shoplifting because they're like, it's a huge problem. Walmarts may close, whatever bullshit lies they're
Walmart's are
saying.
never gonna close.
They're never gonna close. No, Target from day one invested heavily into their like fucking not only research and development for like shoplifting prevention and loss
Mhm.
prevention, but also like on their camera tech and everything.
Yeah.
So much so, dude, police departments for a while because hold on, well, just to backtrack a little bit. Target was getting they were creating equipment because they were so advanced because they had so much money to funnel at this problem.
Yeah.
They were like one of the biggest industries in like surveillance and security and shit.
Okay.
For a while in the early 2000s, they were able to they had such good equipment when it came to like repairing damaged and destroyed footage for like if a tape was destroyed in like a fire or something, that police departments were sending corrupted footage to Target for them to fix, and Target like was like fake like they out of all the cases that were sent to them, like they've solved 81% of them.
That's crazy.
Target actually works with
Bro,
like
what do
law
you
enforcement.
expect from a company called Target?
Well, I know. I kind of was like, is that why they did that? No, but it was just like they could like other companies went in one direction. They're like, we're just writing off our losses on our taxes and we're just gonna
Yeah.
get that money back. Target's like, no, we're gonna
you
catch
sons of
people who are
bitches.
stealing.
And
Yeah,
you know
dude.
what?
Now that
Target has a different clientele than other places.
well, now that side of Target, they because of all of the influx of business, they had to very quickly switch to just violent felonies that they would help solve cases for. Yeah. That's how advanced the fucking surveillance and shoplifting shit is at Target. So if you're gonna steal, do not steal at Target because
Don't
they
steal it all, guys.
will know. And they don't have the ability to prosecute, obviously, because it's like a private entity. You need like the law to investigate. But they hand over all of the like documented like shoplifting shit to police, and it's up to police if they want to like go further with that. How
Why don't
crazy is that?
they should have their own private investigators? That'd be cool as fuck. Imagine.
Target?
Yeah, that just someone knocking on your door. You just shoplifting. And they're like, hey, they're dressed up as a Jehovah's Witness. You're like, I'm gonna open the door and tell them to fuck off.
He just has a gun pointed at your chest
there's
when
a
you
gun.
open the door,
There's
and
a
it's like,
gun.
give
There's
me
a
the
gun.
goddamn shampoo back. You
There's a
stole
gun,
2
yeah.
sticks of deodorant. I'm gonna take your
There's a
life. I
gun, yeah.
work for Target.
They're not yet. They don't. No, that's not how they introduce themselves. They're in a trench coat, of course, and a fedora.
Of course, they're cool,
And then they
and they
point the
work for
gun at
Target.
you. Open the door, and they're like, "No, go fuck off." And he's like, "No, no, no. We're gonna have a chat. I'm
No,
a private detective."
he just does
He
no.
shows you his little laminated badge. It says, "I'm a private detective." And then you're like, "Yeah, he is dressed like Inspector Gadget." That's what That's the reality of the scenario. That's how they're all described.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sherlock Holmes, dude, he looks like Doctor Who.
It's true. All of these fucking
But yeah, no,
British fruitcakes look alike.
Inspector Gadget's like, "Hey, I'm a fucking private investigator for, believe it or not, Target.
Hmm.
And you're gonna give me the shit you just sold, those little $15 earrings you snagged for your daughter's birthday because you are broke and you have no way to support her, or I'm going to fuck your life up because I can do shit the police can't." And then what are you gonna do? Go to the police and say, hey, motherfucker, I stole from Target.
And
And
the guy
hey,
came to my house and beat me up.
the private investigator shattered both my kneecaps. What are you gonna do, motherfucker?
The police are gonna be
Or
like, "Should have stole,
or would
bitch."
you rather have said, "Oh, here, take the earrings back. I'll go steal from Walmart." And that's how you really prevent crime. Target did that so much, believe it or not. Places with Target have the lowest crime rate in the United
Well,
States.
that's the thing is that people like now, like people who go to like shoplift, like steal from stores because it's one thing to like steal like a like
They go
candy
to nice
bar.
stores now. They don't care if they're caught on camera, to be honest. Like in big cities, have you seen that shit? Like
Oh,
Philadelphia.
well, those
We shit on
instances
Philadelphia a lot.
we in those instances, well, yeah, also like Los
Looting.
Angeles
Yeah,
too.
looting New York.
New York is bad looting. They the way they think about it is well, especially in those other cities, like the laws for stealing are such that like unless you steal like thousands and thousands of dollars worth of merchandise, like
No
police
one really cares.
typically will not like prosecute you.
Yeah.
But no, like criminal, like people who like like legitimately shoplift from stores know that they can't steal from Target. So Target has like a much lower
Yeah, because
like
they're gonna shatter
loss
your
of.
kneecaps.
Yeah, they're gonna send private investigators.
Inspector Gadget
Yeah, they're gonna send Inspector Gadget to
with a
come
little
fucking
walking
yeah to
cane, and
break your
while he's hitting
legs.
your kneecaps, he's giggling to himself. He's like, "Oh, I love my job."
Give me those earrings, bitch.
Give me the earrings. Give me the
Yeah,
earrings.
it's a
And then
fucking
if you
crazy
don't
world.
give him the earrings after the kneecaps, he just starts wrecking your apartment that you can barely afford, with the limited things you have. That so limited, you have to steal $15 Target earrings.
He looks around for the most expensive shit and starts breaking that first and punching
He finds
holes
an
in
urn.
walls.
He finds an urn, and you start crying and say, "No, it's my mom. It's my dead mom.
He
It's
just
my
opens
dead
it up and
mom."
drinks all the ash. Like
No, no, that's not what he does. He grabs you by your collar and pulls you. And you're like, "No, please, whatever you do, please stop." And he pulls you to your bathroom, and
uh
he puts you up against the wall, and you're crying. He's like, "Please no, please no." He's like, he kicks you in the chest. He says, "You shouldn't have stole from Target," and he empties the urn into the toilet and flushes it. So you lost the body of your mother for $15 earrings from Target. Once you hear about maybe that 6 or 7 times, it's not no longer an urban legend. You're like, "All right, fuck.
you're gonna stop
I'm
stealing
gonna
from
stop
Target.
stealing from Target." And this has been We Didn't Say That, I believe. I
Yeah.
feel like this is where we can end.
I feel like, yeah, we're about out of time. Guys, if you've made it this far, thank you for listening. Please share this fucking podcast with your friends. Post it, even if in places it's like podcasts aren't supposed to be posted, just share it there.
If you know how to do the shit where you have gameplay added under the podcast, reach out and we'll send you clips and you can post them for us. That'd be
Yeah, and you
cool.
can work for us. That'd be sick. We can't really pay you anything,
No,
but
we
we'll.
could pay you like, I don't know, we could probably afford like $5, $10 a clip, maybe.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, we could
Nothing
do that.
crazy, but like we could pay you a couple bucks, even
But
if it's not
that's
perfect.
work every single day
Yeah.
because we need clips every
We'll
day.
give you like a weekly salary, like maybe $25 a week or some shit, and we'll get like 5 clips.
If they live in India, dude, that's like
If
making
you
like
shout out India,
3 times minimum wage in India.
dude, if you are in the Hunger Games, as we talked about in this episode,
Yeah,
reach out and we'll change your life forever. All
yeah.
right.
All right,
I think we
guys.
can end right about now.
All right, peace out, guys.